So lads, Aaliyah Boston has just said something. She has said something. She gave an answer to a question that obviously people are going to be asked. The Fever players are going to be asked, and she did it in the best possible way.
Aaliyah Boston has finally spoken on the DeWanna Bonner situation, and the timing could not be more perfect. The WNBA is once again spinning inside a completely manufactured controversy, created not by fans, but by players and media who refuse to acknowledge basic reality. Bonner returned to Indianapolis for the first time since quitting on the Fever after 9 games, and she got exactly the reception anyone with a functioning brain would expect. But instead of just reporting what happened, certain voices rushed to paint Fever fans as the villains. Meanwhile, Boston handled the moment with absolute class and zero theatrics, which is why her answer is blowing up.
What was it like having a DeWanna Bonner turn to reception?
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix, and so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able.
When Boston was asked what she thought about the fans booing Bonner, she didn't lecture anyone, didn't shame the fan base, didn't pretend booing is some forbidden act. She simply said, "It got nothing to do with me. The fans chose to do what they wanted, and we focused on winning." That's it. Straight. No unnecessary drama. No pandering. No respect the legend speeches. Just a calm, professional, mature response. And because her answer was so simple, so honest, and so grounded in reality, it exposed how over-the-top everyone else was being.
I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it. Boo. I love booing.
Let's talk about why those boos happened in the first place. Fans weren't booing out of nowhere. They were reacting to a player who joined their team, played 9 games, didn't like her role, didn't like getting benched, and then requested out. If a player leaves your favorite team barely a quarter into the season, of course you're going to feel a type of way. That's what fandom is. That's sports culture everywhere. Booing is one of the most basic, fundamental reactions in all of sports. Only in the WNBA does a standard fan reaction suddenly turn into a morality lecture.
I might lose some of you with this one, but I'm open to constructive feedback, okay? I don't think it's a big deal that DeWanna Bonner got booed. I don't. I love that Kalia Copper stuck up for her post-game interview, right? Like, that's her teammate, that's her girl. She said what she needed to say. I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit.
Bonner didn't just leave. She walked away from a major role the Fever created for her. She was brought in as a veteran leader, the championship presence, the calming voice for a young roster. Instead, she averaged just over 7 points on poor shooting, lost her starting job, and then decided the fit wasn't right. Fans invested emotionally and financially expecting her to help elevate the team. Instead, she bailed. So when she stepped into Gamebridge Fieldhouse again, and those boos came down, that was a natural, earned consequence of her own decision.
Y'all expected the Indiana Fever fans to what? Give her a warm welcome back in the Gamebridge after sitting here and quitting on the team, not even halfway through the season, and you talking about it's distasteful, it's disrespectful, the way DeWanna Bonner quit on this team. This is sports. You women's basketball players and women's basketball fans sit up here and act like everything is supposed to be peaches and cream all the time. Stadiums, arenas, everybody boos players.
Her return to Indiana was always going to be loud. Fans remember. Fans care. That's what makes sports compelling. But instead of acknowledging that, the discourse became, how dare fans with a veteran player? As if this is some sort of silent opera hall, where everyone must clap politely no matter what happens. This is a basketball arena. Fans boo, fans cheer, fans react. That's part of the game. The only shocking part of the situation is that some people seem genuinely confused as to why it happened.
Literally. Perfect.
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with me, first of all. It's very different than we don't condone that. We don't like seeing that. Like, nothing about that. It was literally no negative things towards fans, which, you know, they probably would have hoped that Aaliyah Boston called out the fans. Just, yeah, they had nothing to do with me. She doesn't want to get herself involved in the wrath of the old WNBA.
And then, of course, Mercury players jumped into the spotlight like they were personally offended. Kalia Copper stepped up and called Fever fans distasteful for booing. Others acted like the world stopped spinning because a professional athlete heard a chorus of disapproval. But instead of acknowledging why fans might feel betrayed, they framed it as an attack on Bonner's legacy. Legacy or not, she quit on a team. Fans respond to actions, not resumes.
I don't understand, you know, like, she's a legend, and just all the things that she's done for the league, and just the disrespect, I can't get down with it. They booed her. She didn't say a word to the crowd. People talk some trash to her, but you know, we had her back. But it's just very distasteful for what their fans.
The hypocrisy is wild. Copper talked about Bonner being a legend, a great teammate, a sweet soul. That's fine, but none of that has anything to do with why Indiana fans were upset. Sports aren't about sweetness. They're about competition, commitment, and consistency. You sign a contract, you honor it. You take on a leadership role, you embrace it. You don't just walk away when things get uncomfortable. Fans aren't obligated to celebrate that kind of decision.
Kalia Copper, you know that she quit on the team, right? You know that she quit on the team. She quit. She's a quitter. Money that we could have used on a free agent that actually has mental fortitude, that's mentally strong, not mentally weak. We could have went out and signed them to help us actually turn this team into a winning team, try to help us build toward the future. Instead, DeWanna Bonner and Stephanie White talked to each other in a dark room and said, yeah, I'll get you over here.
While Mercury players were busy complaining about fans, Aaliyah Boston was busy dropping a dominant performance. 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 17 of those points in the fourth quarter alone. While one player abandoned the Fever when things got tough, Boston delivered when it mattered most. One player left the team. The other carried it. That contrast is the real story, not the booing.
She signed, she played like 9 games, and then she said, I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm not going to show up until you release me. Basically quit on the team because she wanted to be back home with Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix, which, I mean, totally fair, but why would you sign a contract with Indiana if you just wanted to be home? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And so she leaves, she quits on the team, and now she returns to Indiana and she gets booed. And people are with...
The frustrating part is how Fever fans keep getting gaslit. This fan base has been blamed, criticized, accused, and lectured all year long. Every time drama happens, it's somehow their fault. They boo someone who quit on their team, suddenly they're classless. Meanwhile, every other sports fan base in America has booed a former player at some point. This isn't new. This isn't shocking. This isn't deep. It's normal sports behavior being treated like a social crisis.